pretty far out since it's night and we don't want to get up in a crowd in the dark, so we're kind of out and about.
And yes, it is rolly in here.
But tomorrow we'll get a better spot, maybe a little less roll.
Yeah, once there's daylight, we'll at least reevaluate. All right, we got a little sleep last night. You can see it's kind of rocky and rolly in this anchorage. So we're about to go get checked into the country, and then we're planning to go in to the inner lagoon. You can go in underneath a bridge and have a really protected anchorage. St. Maarten is a unique island in that it is one island divided nearly down the middle, as two separate countries, one a Dutch territory and the other a French territory. Little did we know at the time, though, that we would get to experience relatively very little of these countries, as our lives, and everyone's in the world, would soon be affected by the growing coronavirus pandemic. All right, we scouted out some anchoring spots here in the lagoon on the Netherlands side. Looks kind of tight in there, but I saw some places that Holiday will fit. So yeah, we'll go back to the customs office, get checked in, and then see about bringing Holiday in here. All right, we're all checked in now, and we're gonna go attempt to go into the lagoon. Lindy's about to pull up the anchor, and we're really looking forward to the flat calm that will be inside once we get there. Everybody's getting lined up for the bridge. All kinds of boats out here. Ready for this, Lindy?
Yes, sir.
We had heard that going under the lagoon bridge was a hectic spectacle to participate in. A few times a day, the bridge tender wildly tries to hustle a crowd of boats through so as not to block vehicle traffic on the island too much.
No time to waste. I was behind, and I've got 1, 2, 3, 4 big vessels who need that top out. All you smaller vessels, we do cooperate. And yep, come on in, guys. The weather is good. Come on in. Keep your saddles up, Captain. Keep your saddles up. I've got 3 big boats behind, and they need that sound, guys. And the space keeps coming. Come on, gentlemen. You're giving me too much space there, guys. Come on, catamaran, motorhouse. Someone's got to come forward. Please, guys, it's 3 o'clock in the afternoon. Traffic on the road is bad. Doesn't take much to close this bridge. Come on, gentlemen, take it in gear. Let's get going. Again, inbound sailing vessel. Inbound sailing vessel. Right hand, monorail. Come on, Cap. You're keeping back the traffic. Please, Captain, I need some more gas. Need some more throttle, Cap. That's an inbound vessel. Keep that speed up, guys. Keep that speed up. No need to slow down. Weather is good. You've got a good stiff outbound current coming at you. Keep that throttle down. Come on in. Good afternoon once again. All the remaining inbound vessels. While I will be for the bridge in just a few seconds. One vessel behind looks like he's coming pretty good as well. Next in line, Cap. You're all in behind, Cap. Come on, Cap. You can clean that space up, Cap. Get to the bridge, then you slow down, Cap. Come on in, Cap. Come on in. We're waiting on you.
Anchor down in the lagoon. What do you think about the lagoon, Lindy?
It's great.
It is great. There we go. Right here. The Dutch side of St. Maarten. It's just awesome that we're here during the Heineken St. Maarten Regatta, because it's like one of the biggest events here during the year. So tonight we're going to go up to the Regatta Village, and there's bands and all the people and all the racers, and check it out. Oh, and we're right under the airport. That only happens a few times a day, and none at night, so yeah. Here we were within a couple of weeks of a global pandemic, and we were headed into a crowded festival and concert. But keep in mind, this is still a couple of days before the news erupted about the depth of the outbreak in Italy. To this point, it seemed possible that all the major problems would stay confined to Asia, and certainly wouldn't spill over into tiny islands in the Caribbean. I'll admit though, the writing should have been on the wall, and we probably shouldn't have attended this gathering today. The festivities were certainly fun though, and at the time we were definitely excited to join in with the crowds, see some of the racers, and check out everything at the Heineken Regatta Village.
Third place today in bareboat free. They got 2/3. Put your hands together for Seize the Days. Congratulations. Okay, I'm almost off to the last class of committee boat B. Before I'm gonna say that, at the moment we still have some tickets available for the special guest program. So tomorrow we still have a boat going out. All I can say is they're doing incredibly well. They've got some very impressive doing boards and leading chairs. It's very cool. They got 2 first players.
The headliner of the concert for the night was a reggae band called Inner Circle. I think you may recognize a couple of their songs from the 80s, including the theme song from the television show Cops. March 10th was a big day for us. First, we had decided to take the bus over to the capital city of Pillipsburg. After that, we planned to have a discussion. Holiday's diesel engine is 40 years old, had been giving us trouble through the years. Also, reverse had been giving us trouble, and it was time to pull the transmission for another rebuild. Finding very good prices on just about everything in St Maarten, plus a really good Yanmar dealership, we were pretty close to putting our money towards a new engine instead of continuing to dump funds into maintaining the old one. We arrived to Pillipsburg, which looked a lot like any American or European city. So apparently cost you less is like a Sam's Wholesale or a Costco or something. So we're gonna check it out first, and then we're gonna go over to the regular supermarket and look around a little there too. no videotaping. So we couldn't carry this in there, but I have a lot of weight on my back and on my shoulder, and Lindy too. Now we're gonna walk back across the street to the Carrefour, do some more shopping before the van comes and takes us back to Simpson Bay. Woo, this is heavy. How about you, Lindy? Is yours heavy?
I don't think it's as heavy as yours. You just kept putting more stuff in your backpack.
Oh well, make do now. Oh man, this place is awesome. Time for some more shopping. So much good produce here too. Look at all this, awesome. St. Maarten really has availability on like everything. They've got all kinds of European stuff like cheeses and meats and everything. Really good store. It's true, after getting used to being happy with whatever was available in places like Dominican Republic, Bahamas, and the Virgin Islands, it was great to be in a country where really everything was available, including regularly priced gourmet food at restaurants. Something we hadn't seen in all the islands so far. Good. We had a wonderful lunch at Lagooni's, then went into our final discussions on the new diesel engine. All right.
Yeah.
Some big news here.
I don't know, Gregory. They told me a week.
Gonna be getting one of those babies in a couple of weeks, and we're excited. Yeah, so we're going to be in St. Maarten for at least another few weeks to a month because we just decided to put a new diesel engine in Holiday. We're excited though because, man.
Oh man.
So tired of messing with that old one.
It's gonna be so nice.
Life here in the lagoon was good. It's a beautiful, protected, comfortable anchorage, lined with restaurants, shops, and all kinds of things to do. It's also full of more mega yachts than we had seen since our times cruising through South Florida. Still just hanging out in St. Maarten. We're at the Dinghy Dock, uploading the next video. Today we are going to head over to the French side of the lagoon to Marigot Bay, and there's a swap meet over there where the other cruisers are going to have some goods and stuff. Check that out, and just in general walk around France. That is the plan.
Yeah.
Let's do this. We're headed that way. The division of a single small island into two countries is definitely unique. The border even goes right through the middle of the water in the lagoon. It's an open border, so once checked in to either side, you can travel freely between the two countries. Not knowing the upcoming restrictions of movement, we only made it over a couple of times, but it was interesting to see the different look and feel of the two places.
When the car moves,
This is pretty cool. We've been in St. Maarten now for 2 weeks, and we got the diesel engine ordered about 4 or 5 days ago, And so we're waiting on that. But we are also in the middle of the coronavirus pandemic. Today is Monday, and tomorrow on Tuesday, St. Patrick's Day, the airport will be shut down from all major flights coming in. But we have not been to the beach yet that's at the end of the runway.
The famous Maho Beach.
Yes, so we're gonna go there today while there's still planes moving around. It's a good place to go where we can just do some social distancing and, you know, all that sort of stuff. So, yeah, let's go to the beach. Okay, we've made it to the beach, but with this wind direction, we've got giant waves breaking on it. So there's no way to land the dinghy here. But you can see airplanes go taking off right from this beach. You could like surf here, I think. Pretty beach. Wow, that was cool. It now seemed inevitable that coronavirus would touch every corner of the globe. We headed to the beach and even there made sure we were sitting far away from other people. We had decided to stop going out to eat, cooking all meals on holiday, and as best we could, self-isolate until this whole thing blew over. And we definitely felt lucky to be in such a beautiful place for the upcoming coronavirus pandemic. Well, after our airport watching and beach tripping, night one of social distancing started with a movie and, what is it, Lindy?
Chicken franchise with oven roasted broccoli.
It looks delicious. All right, so let's, what's the thing again? Social
distance.
So let's social distance ourselves right into this plate.
So today's St. Patrick's Day, and I am making a Guinness beef stew. This is just stewed beef, coating in flour and salt and pepper. I'm gonna brown it in batches because there's a lot of it, and then we'll go from there. Step one. Okay, so I've browned all the meat and pulled it out and set it aside, and we've got yummy bits in the pan here that we're gonna add onion to. And that is going to release some liquids, and we'll be able to get some of that off the pan. Yummy! Alright, so we're going to let those cook down for a little bit, and then we'll be ready for the next step. Okay, so I cooked the onions until they are softened, and then you add 1 tablespoon of tomato paste and cook that for 1 minute. And once you've done that, then you add 4 cups of beef stock and the good ingredient, 1 bottle of Guinness Stout. Okay. Then after you add all your stock and beer, you want to make sure that you really scrape the bottom of the pot so you get all of those good bits that came from browning the beef and the onions in there. So it's an important step. And then you're just going to let it simmer for a little bit. So once you've got all your liquid in there and you scrape the bottom to get all the good bits off, you're going to put the meat back in. Try not to splash yourself. Or the whole kitchen, in our case. Okay. So you put that back in, and then you're going to add the caraway seeds. There's 1 teaspoon of caraway seeds and 1 tablespoon of golden raisins. I know it sounds kind of odd, but it makes delicious flavors in there. Actually, I don't think that was a good tablespoon. There we go. Alright, and then you're gonna bring that to a boil and let it cook for about an hour. Or if you're on the boat, you're gonna bring it to a boil and then put it in the Wonder Bag to sit for an hour so that we don't use propane. Now it goes into the Wonder Bag. I've got all my veggies cut up. I've got carrots and parsnips and turnips and a rutabaga, right? Alright, so I got the pot out of the Wonder Bag, brought it to a boil, and now I'm going to add all my vegetables in. And then once I do that, I'm going to put the top back on it and put it back in the Wonder Bag, and we'll let it sit for another hour or so to cook the veggies. And it's perfect.
Wow.
For a lot of parsley. Yay!
All right. Happy St. Patrick's Day, everybody. I'm ready to eat this good-looking soup.
Yay! It's really pretty hot.
Good?
It is good.
All right. Yummy.
Mm-hmm.
Stay tuned for our next episode where we experience a total island shutdown on St. Maarten while trying to get Holiday hauled out and our new diesel engine installed.